Guys, welcome. I've got my really good friend Rusty on today. Rusty, thank you so much for joining the podcast. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good, man. It's good. Good to see you.
Yeah, no, we chat so much, but yeah, it's good to see. I see you so much now, especially because all your live videos, which we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
But guys, the reason why I got Rusty on today is we've had hundreds of people come through our program, and in the results and how well Rusty's integrated himself into our program in the first 28 days has been absolutely phenomenal. So I wanted to cover a couple of things that Rusty did really well, and give you a nice little game plan on how you get the most out of our coaching program or any mentorship program. So Rusty, mate, let's firstly cover, mate, why did you decide to work with us at the Inner Circle program?
Yeah, cool, man. So I run obviously a gym, I run a business, and we've done really well. I've had a few mentors before and helped me to get me where I was. And we had it was beginning of the year. We sort of had a lot of, uptake, new year, new me, all that kind of stuff through the summer. Obviously I'm in Adelaide, and then as it sort of gets the colder months, your marketing or your intake becomes a little less. So our business has done really well to get where it was, but it kind of just sort of flattened a bit. And I knew I had flattened a bit. But just like anyone else, like doing any other skill, whether you're playing footy or you're in the gym, everyone needs a coach. So I was just sourcing some help. I was just sort of kind of looking, thinking like, oh, maybe there's something I could be doing more of. And you popped up and we connected. So I was just pretty much like anyone else, just looking for a coach so I could take my business to that next level.
Yeah, no, man, I'm really grateful you changed. It's kind of funny, I think, because we connect so much. So I have a fucking blast having you in the program. And mate, since the start, mate, what is kind of some of the biggest positive changes you've seen in your business just in the first couple of weeks of working together?
Yeah, massive. I think, I know it sounds funny, but I think I'm a pretty energetic person, but I think my energy went to another level, and my members and my staff all knew about it. I didn't have to say that I'd got a new coach. They kind of just knew something was different. And I think it's because I had a lot more direction in what I was doing with my business, and I had a lot more points of performance to fall back on. And the other thing, like you said about the challenge earlier, we've just become more present across social media, and in our community. A lot more people just recognize who we are. Like, we haven't had to put up too many ads recently because we've just had so many more referrals and people coming in just because they're like, oh, I saw your gym, or such and such was talking about you the other day. Like, can I come and check it out? So probably one of the biggest things in the first month that for us, which blew up, was just our presence both in the community.
Yeah, and mate, I think one of the good traits you have, because I was talking to my wife after we initially chatted when you joined, and how much that you really care about Helen and Josh is like absolutely crazy. That you really want to map out a really good career timeline for those guys as well. Has been like absolutely incredible. So mate, with everything, tell us a bit. So you're doing a live challenge, which it isn't actually a part of the program. Brad just we have these like funny little monthly events that we do that Brad organized. Tell me a bit about the live challenge, because I think it's me and you at the top. I don't even know what day we're up to, but I think this is 18. Man, last night I was like so tired. Hey, it was at like 6 p.m. And then I was kind of like, I'm like, fuck, I know Rusty's probably done his video today. So I like cranked one up, which is really amazing because you guys push me, we push you. But tell us a bit about the live challenge, because you've really gone all in on that, which is
really cool. And to be honest, if it's not part of the program, it probably should be, because it's probably one of the biggest things we did this month. So I was on a call. I was on one of the coaching calls with Brad and yourself and a few of the other coaches. And Brad had said at some point he'd gone live every day, and I think his streak was like 103 days that he went live for every single day. And in doing so, just blew up his business, and you can see why, right? Like, the idea of a live is that you go live on Instagram or Facebook, doesn't matter. You can be on your personal platform or your business platform. You just have to go live. And obviously you want to provide some sort of good content. It's not one of those, hi guys, here's my day. It's like, here's like the top 3 things for fat loss. Here's how to get a pull up. For you, it's more business orientated because you're talking to coaches, and I'm talking to more people that are in the fitness spec. But so the idea was just to go live for 50 days and then not to miss one. I'm a very big advocate of never missing 2 in a row, which is why me and you are still neck and neck, because I'm trying to hang on to my thing. But in doing so, I'll go out to places like I'm a member of a local football club. I've got the coffee shop. And I'll turn up and people are like, what are you going live on today? Or like, I saw your video last night. And the amount of interactions, comments. People have seen ex-members that have come back because they've seen me every single day and they're like, you know what, I need to go back. By the 4th, 5th, 6th day they've seen me, they've then reached out and go, I've seen your videos. You know, I need to get fit again. I need to come back. And they've come back to the gym. So, yeah, like I said, if it's not part of it, it should be a strategy because it's worth. It's absolutely worth.
Yeah, no, it's been amazing. The little Facebook group we have is good. Like sharing heaps of content ideas and giving each other feedback. I've actually thoroughly enjoyed it. So definitely might be something we add in. And mate, I want to be like, just have like a real conversation with you, right? Because I think a lot of business coaches and programs, they make their program look like an absolute dream, right? And everything's easy. Everyone gets all amazing results. But let's be honest, it's really tough joining a program, and you'll go through stages of overwhelm, stages of doubt. Did I join the right program? So tell us a bit about that. What has been like truly some of the tougher points in joining the program in the first 28 days? Because it's definitely not smooth sailing in every program in the world, you know?
Yeah. And I think that's the same with any coaching program. When you join, you know, there's a lot of information that you need to digest and absorb. I think obviously the more information you already have, maybe sometimes that's a little easier. I think initially when I started, that was probably the hardest thing, was just like, wow, you know, you've got all this stuff and I can see, you know, you've got your case studies, you've run your 3 gyms. Where do I start? Like, how do I help my business? And trying to figure out, like, triage, what's the thing that I need to do? So that was hard at first. For those who don't know, who are tuning in, Jimmy and his inner circle have this thing called a portal. And basically it's like the Bible of the gym business. You know, there's a section on sales, there's a section on marketing, you know, et cetera, and operations, et cetera. So when you first see all that, it was a bit like, oh, look, there's so many things I know I need to do. And then, you know, when you try to focus on everything, you focus on nothing. So how to just figure out exactly what the thing is to focus for me. And then just getting the few initial things set up, like getting your personal checklist set up, getting your own KPIs for your business set up, you know, getting access to the ads account to the agency so that you can, you know, figure that out and find out where to put the numbers so that they can see your ads and actually help you to develop that. So there's a few things that initially it's just like you just have to absorb, and then yeah, you can kind of get through those. So
I just laugh on the Facebook ads. So guys, like, to give a bit of preference, I've been in coaching programs and they used to make you send screenshots of your ads and like in a group. And it was like, I just thought it was the most shit ass thing ever, to be honest. So I have to get access to Rusty's ads so I can view them. So then I can go into his ads manager, look at all the data and just coach him at a high level. But I just laugh because, look, people in the fitness industry, if you haven't run ads, it can be a bit of a nightmare giving access. So one of the things we have to do quite often is jump on like a quick 15-minute call and sort that. Because otherwise you just end up like, Rusty doesn't have it, I don't have much, but it's like you end up just pulling your hair out and go, this is a nightmare.
That's from before we started, though.
Yeah, it's probably one of the hardest parts in the onboarding, but it's just so important that I can see everything transparently. So I was just cacking on that. And so, mate, with everything, with the struggles, like obviously a lot of stuff in the portal, not knowing where to start. The access we kind of sorted because we just did it together, which was cool. But how did you kind of overcome those, and what kind of assistance did you get? Because you just, everything, whilst it never is completely smooth sailing, you've just moved along every week at such an incredible rate and fashion. So how did you overcome those issues?
Yeah, for sure. I think probably 2 or 3 parts, but obviously the connection, obviously me and you would have a connection, but the connection you have with the coaches. So Jimmy and I speak quite regularly. He's pretty available. And if you do have questions, you can reach out to him, which is the best thing for me. Me employing or getting a coach to help me, I didn't want to just be able to sit on a group call with 20 other people all the time and have one question answered per fortnight or something. Like I needed to be like, I've got this problem that I have now, and I need to ask someone, can they get back to me, you know, straight away or pretty quickly so that I can get the answer. So I think the best part was I could actually reach out to a coach who, you know, could answer my question. Obviously my first contact was to go to the portal. So it's like, all right, I'm not sure what I need to do for marketing, you know, so I'll go there first. And there's a thing called the daily marketing checklist 101, and I can just go through the list. All right, Monday, here's the things I need to be doing. Tuesday, here's the new things to be doing. Which one of these am I struggling with? Which one of these things have I not got a hold of yet? And then I can ask that more specific question to my coach. So that was the first thing, was I actually had a coach that I could connect with. And then the second part, I did talk about group calls. There is one almost every single day within the system. I think Monday to Friday. We do a planning one on Friday.
Yep.
And so I could jump on those calls around, for me, they're around midday. And I could still get assistance. And the good thing about that, like the good thing about group calls is that a question I might have, someone else has as well. And someone, a question that they ask the coach or that they are struggling with could be something that I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that. And you can kind of banter off each other. So, and the coach is pretty good at like, you know, getting around to everybody, writing down, like I know when Jimmy gets on, writes down everyone's questions on a board at the first 10 minutes of the call. And then he just works through those questions so that everyone sort of gets their bit, which is good. Yeah, but those were the three big ones. Being able to contact my coach, get on the group call so I could actually, you know, get access to somebody almost every day, live in a video, and then looking on the portal. Like the portal is like, I think you said, it's like, I want people to use the portal the same way they use Netflix. And I think I have. You know, even on the way here today, on my way to work today, I was on the portal listening to a video while I was in the car. So.
Mate, you're such a dream. The portal's a bit of a beast, hey. I think there's upwards of 400 hours of content on it. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. And it's got to be, guys, like with the portal we built out is what I wanted to, how that portal all came about, Rusty, so you know, is we completely systemized our 3 gyms. So we had kind of, you had a different portal, but we had a portal like that. And there's literally so many systems, so many operations, so many scripts, text messaging, email, how you message people organically, that there's just so much stuff that goes into running a high 6-figure or 7-figure business. So I wanted it to be a one-stop shop where you have an issue, you know there's going to be a video on it, which then cuts down the amount of time you need to jump on private calls with your coaches and stuff. I think it's we're actually redoing it over the next couple of weeks. It's going to be pretty cool. You'll get that. So, mate, I think in the program, what do you kind of like most, and what do you utilize the most within the program that you get the most value from?
I think that's probably it. Probably the first one is just that portal, because there's so much content then for me to be able to act on. I think the fact that those systems are laid out for you pretty clearly, so that I know what I need to do on a daily basis. Like I said, I came into the program not thinking I was doing really well, thinking I was doing okay, but knew I needed help, knew I needed direction. And I think coming into that portal, it's given me that. It's given me those systems. Even what you said there, like you ran 3 6-figure, 7-minute clubs. Like I want to run 1 right now. You know, I'm just trying to get that. And so having that portal that you had for me is something that I want to be able to create for my members and for my staff. So it makes streamlines everything for me. I think that was the biggest thing, was that wealth of knowledge. But then, like I said, the connection I have with you and like with Brad and the other coaches means that I can get from 0 to 100 really quickly, because if I get stuck somewhere, I can quickly ask the question and then I'm straight back on track to what I need to get done. So yeah, I think that's the big thing.
Awesome. And mate, Emma, I want you to imagine that you're talking to someone who's just started our program. It's like their first day, right? What advice would you give them to do really, really well just in their first 28 days, if you could talk to them? Yeah,
no, that's huge. I was pretty fortunate when I started. It was kind of over a weekend, and I was having to drive 2 hours.
I remember we were chatting, and you're like, I'm watching all the videos. I was cacking. It was on like a Saturday. Hey,
I was going to True Grit. I was going to True Grit with my gym. It was like 2.5 hours away. And then they said, can we ride with you? And I was like, you won't want to. She goes, what? I'm literally going to listen to business the entire way. So on the way there and on the way back, I went through all the onboarding stuff in like 1 trip. So, so it was like, but that's what I would say is attend the onboarding call and be on time. Take all you can out of that, because that sets you up. That first 7 days, like I said, I did it in 1 day, but the first 7 days stuff that they give you, those resources, there's a welcome form, and yet you're pretty good at they do these monthly, but the first one, the welcome form, is like, it basically says the health of your business. It's like, here's where you're at, here's what you're doing, here's what you're achieving, what do you want to achieve, where are you letting yourself down, you know, what are your targets, what's your dream sort of gym or scenario look like. And then from there, it's like you can work backwards, right? So we do the same thing when you're in the gym, right? It's like, where you are, where's your dream body, where's your dream result, and then here's the benchmarks working backwards. And that's what the coaches do for you with your business. So in that first 7 days, getting that monthly checklist back gave me a lot of information, a lot of perspective that, like I said, I knew I needed help, but I probably didn't really know where until I'd seen that, until that'd come back. So that was huge. And yeah, the first 7 day resources, it's the first tab in the portal, and I still go back to it. the first 7 days, it says, do these things. One of them is give Facebook ad access. Yeah. The other one's just how to set up systems. There's one on sales. There's one on marketing. That's where the 101 checklist is. And like I said, even today, I was listening to it again to make sure I was ticking those things off. So, I think that's probably the biggest thing is get on that, get in early. Because if you're only in it for 28 days, you want to get a result, right? Anyone that then signs up for a short-term program of anything is looking for a result. If you don't apply yourself in the first 7 days and you take a second to get started, you're going to miss out on a lot of that growth. So a lot of that growth, and it's still coming from me going back to those 7-day videos, rewatching them and continuing to apply. Because I still haven't done every single thing that's in there. Because like I said, the thing's a beast. So, but that, like you said, what was the biggest thing for me? What changed? How do we become more present? Well, it was just ticking off the things that was on that list. So, if you're in your first 28 days, throw yourself in. Get on the group calls because you'll get heaps out of that, especially early doors because you'll have so many questions. So get on them. They're on different days on different topics at the minute. So, and then just communicate with your coach. So don't be afraid to ask questions. I think that was for me. It was like, obviously, my gym's a little bit, well, it's not old, but I've been with other mentors before, and I think I probably didn't pull the trigger enough because I was like, oh, they're busy. I don't want to bother them. I'll ask them a question when I really need something. Whereas this time I was like, nah, I'm just going to ask as many questions as I want. If I can't handle it, they're probably not the coach for me anyway. And the fact that you could and that your team could support you and support me meant that I was able to move so much faster to moving forward. So, yeah, it was good.
It's funny. So guys, when Rusty was explaining, so in our program, you have it goes for a year, but you have a 28-day cooling off period. So a lot of people would jump in that trial. Make sure you like it because there's a lot of, I get it with business coaching programs. You're not sure what you're going to get, because we've obviously had good experiences and some bad ones. But what I say to a lot of guys, and I don't know where I picked this up, but I would have picked it up from a mentor, but there's obviously the Tony Robbins quote, whoever asks the best questions gets better answers. But I think in programs like this, because we've seen some people absolutely crush it, and it's the person who asks the most questions wins. Like I've got some clients, I reckon they email me 10, 15 times a week, right? From really little stuff to absolutely massive stuff. Because I think in any mentorship program, I always go into it to extract every piece of knowledge from that person. And you can only do that by just honestly annoying the shit out of them, in a really nice way. But that's what you're paying them for. It's just bang, what do you think about this? What about this? Where do I get this? Do you have this? And I've just seen it time and time again that, our clients who email and post in the group and post the most questions just get such phenomenal results and perspective, rather than what I say, suffering in silence. And some people would join a program and still try and figure it out themselves. So I really, really love that you said that because that's the way I use all my mentors. My current mentor at the moment, I reckon I asked him probably 30 questions a week. It's crazy. I'm not sure if I'm his best client or his worst, but I get such good value from it because there's no stone unturned. Rusty, mate, thank you so much for coming on. And also thank you for being so incredible in the program. You've been absolute a dream to work with. And we know in fitness, guys, you and Rusty will get it. You've got good clients, you've got bad clients. Rusty, I'll say you're one of the very best I've ever worked with. And it's a true pleasure to chat to you every single day as we pretty much do now. So, mate, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate your time today. I know it's so valuable. Is this your live video for today? You're going to do another one?
I actually think I'll do another one. I was saying this to my partner last night. I said to my girlfriend, I was like, I'm going to go live with my business coach in the morning. She goes, oh, so you don't have to do one? I was like, no, I think I'll stick it on. A, Brad will call me out and said I didn't do one. And B, just to stay in the habit, I think I'll do another one anyway. So, yeah, be good.
Yeah, that's good. I'll do another one with you this summer. Mate, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. You have a really great day.
No worries, man. Thanks so much. We'll speak to you soon.